What if it's the middle of the night? You're driving home, expecting to see your family asleep, safe, waiting for you. But when you walk through the door, the house is dead quiet. No laughter, no lights, just nothing. That's what happened to Shanann Watts and her two little girls, Bella and Celeste, in a small Colorado town in 2018. They vanished, and the truth behind it is so chilling it'll make your heart stop. Who could do this to their own family? Stick with me, because this story will haunt you. Let's start with Shanann Watts. She was the kind of mom everyone admired. Full of life, always smiling, raising two sweet girls, Bella, who was 4, and Celeste, just 3. They lived in a big, cozy house in Frederick, Colorado, with Shanann's husband, Chris. Shanann was all about her family. She'd post videos on Facebook, showing the girls giggling, playing, being kids. "They're my world," she'd say, her eyes lighting up. Chris was the quiet type, always there in the background, helping with bedtime, fixing snacks. To everyone looking in, they were the perfect family, living the American dream. But something wasn't right. Shanann was pregnant with their third child, a boy they named Nico. She was thrilled, planning baby showers, dreaming of their future. Chris, though, he started acting off, distant, like he was pulling away. Shanann would send him long, loving texts, pouring her heart out, trying to figure out what was wrong. His replies? Short, cold. Sometimes he didn't even answer. What was going on in his head? Was he stressed? Or was something way darker hiding behind that quiet smile? In August 2018, Shanann went on a work trip to Arizona. She was building her own business, selling health products, and she was killing it. While she was gone, she kept texting Chris, telling him she missed him, missed the girls. But his texts back were barely anything. One word, maybe two. It was like he wasn't even there. What was he hiding? On August 13th, Shanann got home at 2 a.m. She was exhausted but happy to be back. The front door camera caught her walking inside, dragging her suitcase, ready to crash. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. Hours later, her friend Nicole got worried. Shanann wasn't picking up her phone or answering texts, which was so not like her. She was always on her phone, always connected. Nicole rushed to the house and called the police. When the cops showed up, Chris was there, acting calm. Too calm. He said Shanann probably took the girls to a friend's house. But her purse was still on the counter. Her phone, her keys, the girls' favorite stuffed animals, everything was still there. The house felt wrong, like something terrible had happened and it was just waiting to be found. Then the neighbor's security camera showed something that made everyone's stomach drop. At 5 in the morning, just hours after Shanann got home, Chris backed his truck right up to the garage. He was loading something big into the back. What was it? Why was he sneaking around before dawn? The police started pushing him, and his story fell apart. He couldn't keep his lies straight. That same day, Chris went on TV, standing in front of the cameras, asking for his family to come home. "Shanann, Bella, Celeste, please, just come back," he said. But his voice? It was flat. His eyes kept darting, like he was nervous. People watching at home could feel it. This wasn't a scared dad. This was a guy with something to hide. Something big. The police kept digging and found a secret that turned everything upside down. Chris was having an affair with a woman named Nicole Kessinger. She worked with him, and she thought Chris was separated, ready to start over with her. But he was lying to her, too. He was texting Nicole sweet things, talking about a future together, while Shanann was begging him to fix their marriage. Shanann had no clue. She was planning a big party to announce they were having a boy, trying to hold her family together. But Chris? He was dreaming of a life without them. The cops brought Chris in for a polygraph test. He walked in like he had it all under control, but when they hooked him up, he started to crack. The test showed he was lying, big time. The interrogator looked him dead in the eye and said, "Chris, tell us what happened to your family." That's when the truth came spilling out. Chris admitted it. He killed Shanann. He said they fought that night after she got home. She found out about Nicole, and things got ugly. He said he lost it and strangled her, right there in their bedroom, while their little girls slept down the hall. But it gets so much worse. Bella and Celeste woke up after it happened. They came in, rubbing their eyes, asking, "Where's mommy?" Can you even imagine that moment? Those tiny girls, looking for their mom, not knowing what their dad had done. Chris didn't call for help. He didn't stop. Instead, He loaded Shanann's body into his truck, put his daughters in the back seat, and drove to an oil field where he worked. Out there, in the middle of nowhere, he did something so awful it's hard to even say. He smothered Bella and Celeste, one after the other, and hid their bodies in oil tanks. Shanann, he buried in a shallow grave nearby. How could a dad do this to his own kids? His own family? When the police heard his confession, they were floored. The whole world was. Bella and Celeste were so little, so full of life. They trusted their dad. And Shanann, who loved him with everything she had, never saw it coming. In November 2018, Chris faced the judge. He pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty and got life in prison, no parole. Shanann's family stood up in court, their voices breaking. Her brother stared at Chris and said, "You took everything from us." The judge didn't hold back, calling it one of the worst crimes he'd ever seen. Nicole Kessinger disappeared after the case. She told police she didn't know what Chris was planning, but people online went wild with theories. Did she know more? Was she part of it? Those questions still hang in the air. Today, Chris is locked up in a Wisconsin prison. Some people write him letters, saying they believe he's innocent. But most see him for what he is, a man who destroyed his own family. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and unborn Nico deserved love, laughter, a life. Instead, their story shows us how evil can hide behind a familiar face, even in the people we think we know. What do you think pushed Chris to this point? Was it the affair, the lies, or something colder inside him? Drop your thoughts below. If this story got to you, hit that like button and subscribe for more true crime stories that uncover the truth. Let's take a second to remember Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. They're gone, but their story lives on.